What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday over here. Bitcoin right now, as we speak, is struggling about that 27.3K area. Very important to be paying attention to Bitcoin right now because it could affect how the altcoins are going to be moving. If Bitcoin continues to pull back here, chances are it's going to pull back quite a bit of these altcoins down with it. However, if Bitcoin is able to reclaim that 28K area, that's going to be looking a lot more bullish for the altcoins, at least in the short term. So very important to be paying attention to Bitcoin right now. However, the main topic of this video is going to be about DIONE token. See what's going on in this market. What has changed since the last time we have talked about it? Could it actually break out of this downtrend that it's been in for the past couple of weeks? We're going to be taking a look into some upside as well as some downside price targets for this market, as well as some key price levels to be paying attention to in order for this coin to go either direction. I'm going to be giving you guys my personal sentiments and opinions on this overall crypto markets later in this video, so make sure to be staying around for that. Of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and speculations. I could very well be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I an elite trader of any sort, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear markets, and I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys are feeling the same way, if you guys are feeling pumped, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into it. All right, so I'm going to be skipping the Bitcoin chart here because I've already done a more detailed post on Bitcoin earlier today. If you guys are interested in looking at that, very important because it could decide where these altcoins are heading next, okay? So very important to be paying attention to Bitcoin. Check out my previous post. Now let's get on with DIONE here, okay? So since the last time, what has changed, okay? On this 12-hour time frame, I still do see a falling wedge scenario here on this 12-hour time frame, okay? Now, falling wedges typically break to the upside, okay? Typically. However, there is still a chance it could still break to the downside here. I also mentioned that there was a descending triangle pattern that was also in play since the last time we have talked about it. Okay, it's been quite some time. You guys can look at my previous post. Okay, it did break down from that descending triangle pattern. Okay, so this descending triangle pattern is out of the picture. We're going to remove these trend lines, and now we're just focusing on this falling wedge pattern here. Okay, so this is still a relatively new coin, and I think, you know, on even a higher time frame here, you guys can call this a possible double top as well. But I am going to consider the falling wedge scenario more because we do have 3 candlesticks touching on both the bottom and the top trend line here. So what has been happening lately is that within this falling wedge pattern, we have another smaller falling wedge pattern here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take away these trend lines. That no longer applies from that descending triangle pattern. And now we're looking at the smaller falling wedge pattern here. Take a measure move. Now, if this price action, if this pattern breaks out in towards the end of this pattern here, of how I draw it here, right? The measure move will be about 0.22 cent area, okay? Slightly under 0.22 cents, okay? Now, measure moves are estimates only. It could be over, under. We have seen quite a bit. We have analyzed quite a bit of technical analysis on quite a bit of altcoins here, okay? You know, price action has broken out for quite a bit of these altcoins, but has yet to really met their measure moves. So these measure moves are estimates only. Do take it with a grain of salt, okay? It really just depends on the type of market that we are in, right? I've seen the type of markets, very bullish markets, where these measure moves are overmet. But I think the market that we're in right now is kind of iffy. So take it with a grain of salt, okay? So we have a smaller falling wedge pattern inside this bigger falling wedge pattern. Let's take a look into the measure move from that bigger falling wedge pattern, okay? Zoom out here. We have a measure move from that bigger falling wedge pattern to be about 0.75 cents area if it breaks out by December 4th, okay? I'm not saying if it has to break out by December 4th, but I'm just picking a future breakout date that makes sense as of right now, okay? For the sake of getting a measure move, okay? Let me go ahead and get these trend lines touching. So that will still be about slightly above 0.75 cents area here, okay? So that's basically what I'm looking at for DIONE. Let's see if this price action can break out of this smaller falling wedge. And then what it does next is, could it actually break towards its measure target here at about 0.22 cents area. If it does, we're going to have to rechart and see what is going on the smaller time frame and see if we can get any clues on what could be happening on a higher time frame, and seeing if this could continue towards upper trend line here, okay? Let's take a look into some key price levels to be paying attention to in order for this coin to go to actually break to the upside. Now, on the daily time frame here, the daily 21 SMA is going to be your immediate resistance above this smaller falling wedge pattern at about that 0.18 cents area. Daily 50 SMA, 0.19 cents area, very close to that daily 21 SMA, also very close to the upper trend line of the smaller falling wedge pattern. Daily 200 SMA is going to be about your 0.27 cents area, your orange line here. Come to 3-day time frame here. 3-day 21 SMA is going to be about your 0.19 cents area. It's going to be coming down on a 3-day basis. 3-day 50 SMA is going to be about your 0.26 cents area. Okay, you guys can repeat the same exercise for the weekly, monthly time frame when the moving averages appear. You guys can also take a look into other moving averages in whatever time frames you guys are interested in or trading on. But for time's sake, we're not going to do that here. Let's take a look into some key supports. I'm going to come over here to the monthly time frame just so I can get a cleaner look on some key supports, okay? Do we have any moving averages underneath the price action? No, we don't. We're beneath all major moving averages here. Now, on this monthly time frame, I can see that the next key support here will be about 0.14 cents area. That's going to be resistance coming here. That's going to be support from your March of this year candle, as well as your April candle here, okay? 0.14 cents area, that's going to be your next level of key support. If that does not hold, the next level of key support I'll be looking at will be about that 0.095 cents area. I would say 0.095 cents to even that 0.1 cents area, okay? Coming from these two candles here. So that's basically what I'm looking at for DIONE token, okay? My overall sentiment on this market as a whole is still bullish. I am still long on quite a bit of spot altcoins. I am looking to get into leverage longs as well as shorts when the setups are appropriate, okay? So that's basically what I'm looking at right now. But I am cautious on this market right now because Bitcoin could be breaking down from that rising channel pattern. That is something I'm going to be taking a look into and keeping an eye out on. So that's basically what I'm seeing right now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next post.